know. I mean, I probably won't get the results for a while, but
Yeah, but still. And, I mean, I think you'll get like a minor little thing where the doctor goes, "Oh,
right. Yeah, because they can look at it right away.
yeah," like no poker face, and he or she's like, "Oh, I've never seen that before." Just kidding. I'm kidding.
All right. We're live on YouTube.
It's got hairs growing on it. It's become furry. Sorry. Okay. Hmm.
All right. Shall we?
Yeah.
All right. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Captain's Quarters, the unofficial Star Trek rewatch podcast, where we are rewatching the entire Star Trek franchise, starting at the beginning of the official chronology. We have already finished Star Trek Enterprise, 2 seasons of Star Trek Discovery. We watched The Cage, the original pilot to the whole thing. We have finished a season of Star Trek Strange New Worlds, and we are on episode 5 of Star Trek Strange New Worlds season 2 called Charades, which is very exciting that we're already like well into season 2. And my name is Gabe. Our format is that I have not seen Star Trek and Jason has. And whether he likes it or not, he's the Star Trek expert. And I heard somebody describe it as, and I hope this isn't um the inappropriate thing, but like I'm the straight man.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah,
Have you heard
sure.
that
Yeah,
before?
I've heard that before.
Not
I've
like,
heard that before. I don't understand where that comes from, though.
yeah, I think it's like a very old term
I would imagine so.
in like comedy parlance.
Yeah, I would imagine so.
Like
Yeah,
like I'm the straight man, you're the, I don't even know what the other side of it is, but
yeah, that makes sense.
yeah,
The actor.
there you go. But anyway, my name's Gabe with my co-captain Jason. Make it so, Jason. How are you,
How,
buddy?
how are you? Good. How are you?
I'm
Well,
good.
welcome. It's good to be back in the quarters.
Yeah, it's great to be back. Um, yeah, so we have a goal, if we can get through season 2, we can hop on to season 3, and season 3 is like brand new. It's like currently airing. There's been a couple episodes already. I saw some spoilers for me on Twitter. There was an episode with puppets and I think a musical episode. Um,
The puppets not haven't had puppets yet.
it hasn't happened yet. Okay. But it's going to,
The
right?
puppets haven't happened yet. No. Mm-mm. Yeah. And it's interesting. I'm curious because they've already had. We're gonna get to a musical episode this year. This year. This season of our podcast, we are gonna get there before we get to before we get to season 3. There is a musical episode in season 2. So I'm curious if you
Oh,
saw an episode of season 2 or a bit more of season 2, or they're gonna do it again in season 3. I don't know.
interesting. Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I'm look
Yep.
I'm looking forward to seeing like if they have like an actual traditional Star Trek plot, but it's just sung, or if it's just
Oh, interesting.
like if it's a real story, like an
Yeah, yeah,
actual,
yeah, yeah, yeah. Mhm.
yeah, I don't know. And then like, do you think it'll be like Lin-Manuel style, or do you think it'll be more traditional? I don't know. So that'll be fun.
I
We'll
don't
find out.
know.
We'll find out in a couple weeks.
I don't. Yep.
Yeah. Anyway, today we're talking about
Cool.
charades,
Yeah.
and I was gonna do.
Charades.
What did I say?
No. Oh, that's
Yeah. Okay. So for people listening,
Isn't that
it is,
charades?
yeah.
No. Yeah,
For
right?
pe
Yes. Okay. Thank
for
you.
for people listening, Jason is doing charades. So he's doing nonverbal signs
Yeah.
that oh, were you doing sign language?
No, I was doing charades. I think it was charades, but I don't think it's charades like that in this
Okay.
episode. I think of like that Spock has got to like go through prove that he's Vulcan to cover up that he's
Hmm.
not going to get away.
Yeah, no, it's okay. Yeah, I think you're right. It's a double entendre, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah. To like that he hide all the things that he does to hide whatever he's going to hide in this episode.
Right, right, right. No, I think you're spot on. And honestly, bro, I didn't even pick up on that. So,
Oh, okay.
well
Okay,
done.
got it.
Yeah. But anyway, here we go. Here's the brief synopsis.
Let's
Thank you, fan.
go.
Thank you, Memory
Oh,
Alpha fandom.com. A shuttle accident leads to Spock's Vulcan DNA being removed by aliens, making him fully human and completely unprepared to face T'Pring's family during an important ceremonial dinner. So, as we know, Spock has been engaged to T'Pring. Little unclear to me why they didn't do this ceremony before they got engaged. Seems like if it's a make or break deal, maybe they shouldn't have gotten engaged first, but here we are. And it's this traditional ceremony where the mom and the dad come, and I assume from both sides, but right now, Sarek and Spock are not speaking. His name's Sarek, right?
yep. Mm-hmm.
So
They're not
just,
speaking.
yeah, so just Spock's human mother comes. And it's a traditional dinner. Pike is involved because he cooks the meal, which is some comic relief there. It takes place on Enterprise, and Spock makes these, or Pike makes these traditional Vulcan dishes called Tevmal, I think. And
Well, yeah.
so yeah, and so the idea is that it's like a test almost of Spock's worthiness. He has to do a mind meld. He has to have they go through this part where they raise awareness of their faults, stuff like that. So that's what's coming. Spock knows this. So the Enterprise is in the Vulcan system. They're doing a survey of the moon of Kirkov, and there's these Kirkovians that mysteriously vanished. They were this advanced civilization, and Spock and Nurse Chapel go on a shuttle, and they go trying to do a survey to figure out if they can learn what happened to these Kirkovians. We also learn that Nurse Chapel is applying to this Vulcan medicine academy, and so they're flying, and there's this like vortex of energy, and they're about to get sucked into it, and things are looking bad. But all of a sudden, they wake up and they're back in the Enterprise, and these Kirkovians had reanimated Chapel and Spock. So presumably they were like destroyed in the shuttle blast, but they were like reassembled and taken back to the Enterprise. But the problem is that Spock, because he has human and Vulcan DNA, they only read his human DNA. So when they reassembled him, he was Spock, but he was human. So his pointed ears were gone, his eyebrows were normal, and he's also just human emotionally, but he's also childlike because it's his first go around as fully human. So he's not equipped with the impulse control that most of us are supposed to acquire during adolescence and stuff like that. So the problem is that he has this big ceremony coming up with T'Pring's mother, who is a bit of a stickler, to put it lightly, and he's gonna be Mr. Vulcan, and she's not. She's already has her doubts. She's already expressed her doubts, and so basically, comedy ensues. Spock is this like hormonal teenager,
Hmm.
mentally and emotionally, going to meet with his future wife's mom, who's very disapproving, and he has to feign a mind meld and hold his tongue. And while he's kind of exploring Enterprise as a human, he's like attracted to the women there, and um, angry, happy, just all the emotions are just bursting out of
Enjoys
him.
food.
Enjoys food,
Enjoys
yeah,
food. Yeah. Hmm.
yeah. So it was like largely like a comedic episode, because it's Spock is always kind of just uptight and um, just a very stuffy person, and here he is just being very childlike and emotional and trying to hide it. And you know Pike and the crew are like in on the gag, so they're trying to like help him. um at one point they're trying to like train him how to talk like he normally does, and they're all kind of making fun of him, and he's like, is that really how I talk? And then yeah, and so like
Lower. No
yeah,
emotion.
exactly. And while he's doing that, Nurse Chapel is trying to find a cure. So she's trying to find the cure on her own, but then she gets the idea of like, well, let's just get in the shuttle and go talk to the Kirkovians and ask them for help. So she goes, and they are this weird, like, um, energy based, non corporeal, interdimensional species, and they're very literal. And so when she's talking to them, they're just very like repeating like protocol to her, like, hey, the you're filing a complaint outside the grace period, or like only a family member is allowed to file a complaint. The we already assembled him, and no complaint. So she has to like persuade these like robotic phantoms basically. And so what because of that, she basically has to profess her love for
Hmm.
Spock, so that they understand this isn't just a friend she's trying to save. It's basically somebody that she loves romantically. And apparently that works. That convinces them. They give her the serum, or I assume the answer, and then she synthesizes it into a serum or something. So, um, right before he's supposed to do the mind meld, Chapel comes to the ceremony and injects him, and then he actually is able to do the mind meld. And
I love that little scene where it goes
yeah,
shh,
yeah.
and then zzz,
But then
kind of
so
like a chia pet. Oh gosh, are we? Yeah, yeah.
hey, chia pets are still a thing. You can still get them
I
at
know.
the store.
Yeah, I'm a little annoyed. Like, why didn't we eat them?
Right. Well, nobody was eating chia seeds
I know.
then.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. I'm
Yeah,
like annoyed. I'm like, oh, we could have been eating them.
it's true. Well, we could have been growing more chia seeds and having like a sustainable
Yeah,
indoor
exactly.
chia
Yeah, exactly.
chia
Yeah,
farm. Yeah.
exactly. Thank you.
But
Sorry for taking it down. Yeah. So,
yeah, but one of the like comedic components of this episode is Pike has like not a lot of decorum. He's not a traditional dude. And so
no, he's
he's
not.
yeah, he's basically vamping during this ceremony, trying to stall. And he like says, well, we did your ceremony. What about the human ceremony? And then he basically says, we're going to play charades. And so there we go. The episode's called Charades. And T'Pring's dad is kind of into it. Um, but anyway, so um, it gets revealed though. Spock basically tells him like because the mom is like just not a very nice person,
Yeah.
and so she's insulting humans. She's like saying
And
Spock's not worthy. So
I
it's
loved that they characterized her as the boss, right? And
yeah,
usually, right? And then the
right,
husband was the yes, he's a Vulcan, but there were moments of like doofusy oof, like, kind of being an aloof,
yeah,
as you mentioned that he was kind of into charades, and there were a couple other moments where I was like, oh yeah, that's they're also
yeah,
playing a little bit of the comedic moment as much as possible, but yeah.
yeah. Like he was into Pike's dishes,
Yeah,
and
exactly. Yeah.
even though he oversalted them and they weren't quite
Right.
traditional, and yeah,
And the wife, to Prill was like, stop doing
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Well,
that.
so Spock kind of has enough because T'Pring, you know, is kind of disrespecting humans, but also Spock's mother
Yeah.
specifically.
Yeah.
So Spock reveals that he was human all along, takes off the ears, and defends his mother, and conveys that like in his human state, he was able to appreciate his mother's struggle in a way he never was before. That she was she fell in love with a Vulcan. She had to live on Vulcan, and they never really accepted her. And she did all of that out of the love for her children.
With a smile on her face.
Yeah, yeah. And so
Yeah.
you know, Spock defended his mom's honor,
Yeah.
and then him and T'Pring talk. She's like, "Why didn't you tell me? You don't see this as a problem? Like you're my fiance, and you didn't tell me." Which she has a good point there. Um, but I think we could all see the writing on the wall that you know they're not really the strongest relationship. So they actually decide to take a break. And
Bum bum bum.
yeah. And then Nurse Chapel comes and they end up kissing and talking about each other's feelings. And presumably more than kissing happened because the camera kind of cuts away.
Hmm.
And that's pretty much the episode. First things first, Jason.
Go for it.
This episode has a lot of on ship, on board, I don't know,
Yeah.
drinking.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Lot
There is a
lot
lot
of
of drinking.
lot
Yeah.
of cocktails being
There's some
consumed.
cocktails. Yeah.
What I assume is during work hours. At least one of those drinks was like, "Hey, we got to finish this drink and then go do this thing that was like
Hmm.
work related." And I was like, this is interesting. This is a whole new side of the Enterprise that I wasn't aware of. This like
Yeah.
perpetual happy hour that they all seem are taking in.
Yeah.
Um,
Hmm.
I mean, some of the ones they were clearly it was a night out, like they were dressed up and
Yeah.
they were socializing. But some of them was like, I don't know if that was appropriate. But
Yeah.
there we
And
go.
and I'm not sure if synthahol has been invented yet. So who knows?
Hmm. Synthahol. What's
Yeah,
that?
so in the 24th century, in Star Trek The Next Generation and beyond, we're introduced to something called synthahol, where it creates some of the similar effects of alcohol, but just not the long-term, you
Hmm.
know, drunkenness of real alcohol. It is a synthetic type of alcohol to. have similar tastes and things like that, but not have the um, deleterious effects on you. So I'm not sure, but yeah, they've taken this, and you get to see some drinking, in some of the episodes in the early original series, and there is some of that. But they've taken the Next Generation 10 forward and completely recreated on the Enterprise in this bar.
Oh,
I
okay.
definitely think that they really took. I mean, they said, okay, yeah, let's take 10 forward, which is what the bar on the Enterprise D was called, and we're gonna play with that similar idea and have fun. And yet, we haven't seen any drunken bar fights yet.
Oh, is that on the table? Is that a thing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's on the table. Oh, yeah. It's on the table.
Oh, okay.
Never on the ship. It was on a starbase and a
Hmm.
couple other places. But yeah, it's on the table. Absolutely.
Seem to recall Archer getting into a bar fight
Yes. Yes. And
with
again, not on board, but like
right.
on a planet or whatever. So there is alcohol, clearly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, not a huge deal, but there you go.
Yeah, no, I think it's just another way to expand their storytelling is to have this bar and have the social interactions, which
I
is fun.
like it. Yeah, I like it. It's, as someone who recently got off a cruise, um, I'm all for going out on a ship and dressing up and, you know, going from your room right to the ship and
Yep.
just walking straight there.
Into the
And
bar. Yep, absolutely.
yeah.
But yeah,
And
no,
you and you know what? You can just walk straight home. So
yep.
there's no
It's a
no
newer thing for sure, for sure.
no worries.
Yep, it's a newer thing for sure. To have this much socializing.
Yeah. Okay. And then so I thought I liked Nurse Chapel a lot at the end of this episode, but at the
Mm,
beginning, she was very smug and it was bothering me. She was like,
yeah.
she was like kind of playing things close to the vest and not opening up to people and just being very smug. And I was like, okay, but like you work with Mbenga, like we're like just let's reel it in a bit, okay? Like you're being kind of like almost rude to people
Yeah.
and I don't know, like just if you have
There's a
something to say, just
flakiness to
open up.
her. I,
Yeah.
I get that. There is definitely a flakiness to her. And she has a tendency to be, I'm not going to say narcissistic. That's unfair. But I
It's
would say a
close
little
though.
selfish for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree. 100%. 100%.
Yeah, like she had something to prove, which is fine, but I mean, I didn't necessarily get the feeling that anybody was like unfairly judging her or holding her back.
Yeah, no. Yeah, no. Yeah.
So it seemed like a little misguided. But I say that, but then I felt like at the end of the episode, she really like just the opposite. So maybe it was just the journey of, you know, being more truthful to herself and then like sharing
A
that.
100%. A hundred
Yeah.
percent. I think there is that. Her being finally like in front of Uhura and La. Like, it's no secret, clearly, right, that
Yeah.
Chapel has a thing for Spock. It's just, I think that's that, again, that weight that she was able to finally say, yes, you gave something to me that, to the Kirkovians specifically in that scene, where she's saying that, yes, you gave me someone easy to talk to with emotion and all that kind of stuff, connected to his, more connected to his emotions. But then you also took a part away. You took a part of him that she also cares about. That also makes him him. Is that Vulcan,
Right.
aspect of it?
Yeah, and she liked the human part
Yeah,
because it got her, it got him to open up to her. And
yeah.
so selfishly she could have held on to that. But she had to do the right thing and
So
let him go back to Vulcan,
it's something
speaking of Vulcan.
interesting that you bring up. It's something that has been propping up a couple of times, and I'm glad you mentioned it, is that there are times in these, like the stories that sometimes that they derive from or they tell, it's like they're also like lonely. Like
Yeah.
Laan is like isolated. Uhura was
Mm.
isolated. And I'm like, it's interesting that that's the way that they wrote that, like those similarities and those characteristics of like, hmm, yeah, it was interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Everyone's so lonely.
Right, right, right. Yeah, I mean, you can imagine being on a boat or a ship. Um, geez, I got cruises on the mind.
Yeah,
Being on a ship like that. I mean, because like, okay, speaking of the cruise, I would talk to crew members because I was just interested in their lives. I was like,
yeah.
like how many hours do you work? How many days do you work? How many months out of the year? And like some of them, it was 9 months out of the year. It
Nine
was seven
months of the year, 10 months.
7 days a week.
Hmm.
And like I got a massage. I was talking to the therapist, and she was like, "Yeah, it's basically 7:30 in the morning till 10:30 at night,
Yep,
7 days a week."
yep,
And I mean, you're on a boat, you know,
yep.
no matter how luxurious it is, and
Well, for us, the passengers.
right. But I mean, she's spending most of that time in the spa, right?
Yeah,
So, but
or
still,
down below in
yeah,
her tiny court in their tiny quarters below deck.
yeah,
Yeah. And
but
can I
yeah,
okay, I'm gonna have multiple poo corners tonight. But
go ahead. Yeah.
um so the one thing is that they are prohibited from fraternizing with guests,
Hmm.
and like, they can get kicked off. But the other thing, more importantly, and I want to make this very, very clear. This industry is the cruising industry, and I've done it quite a few times. You've done it only just once. So,
Hmm. Yeah.
but, and yes, there are pros and cons for the workers. But the other thing too is they are, like you said, 7:30 to 10:30, midnight, whatever the case might be.
Hmm.
So, multiple days in a row. Yes, they get days off, et cetera, et cetera.
Right.
But they're signed to like 8, 9, 10 months, and contracts that take them away from their families. And
Right.
obviously they have a choice in doing this.
Hmm.
However, the negative part about it is, I will say that there is a Hawaiian cruise, and I don't know if they still do this. I think they do, but there's a Hawaiian itinerary, and I think it's Norwegian Cruise Line, and I'm not bashing Norwegian Cruise Line. I think it's an interesting case study to do, but it's mostly, eh, but the idea is that it is crewed by Americans. And I've heard multiple times that the Hawaiian cruise, they get, yes, it's geared towards American workers, for American, workers. But from what I've heard on numerous accounts, that it is very hard to keep the American worker on those kinds of hours and that kind of work. And I will stop there. I'm going to leave every one of our audience members to deduce and to come to their own conclusions on what I'm talking about. So I will leave it there, just to
Yeah.
just to just to so the next time you people out there thinking people are taking American jobs, let's rethink about that. Just think about
Yes.
that, please.
Think about what jobs you want.
Yeah, exactly. Just think about that.
Hmm.
Sorry.
For sure. No, I know. Yeah. I mean, and they're from all over the world too. Like
Yeah.
that one out,
Mm-hmm.
the one I was just talking about, she was from Mumbai.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, literally just the other side of the world.
Yep.
And there was another one working in the retail shops. We were talking, and she actually had a son, like a 5-year-old son, and
Mm-hmm.
she was from South Africa. And
Mm-hmm.
I mean, same thing, just crazy long hours. She did say she gets to FaceTime with her son, but she's like, it's hard because I got to wake up at like 3 in the morning to do that. Um, because that's when he's awake and available.
Yep.
But anyway, I
Anyway,
I hope I hope it was obvious. If you were living on a ship full time, it'd be pretty freaking lonely.
yeah.
So
And the
yeah,
other point is that they've never really talked. They've never really like on the other Enterprise, the other Star Trek series is they've never talked about that. Like they've never delved into like, this is my family, this is my home. Um, they've never talked about loneliness.
yeah,
So it's interesting and I'm glad that they are.
yeah. Well, and to be fair, most episodes are full of suspense and space battles and a bad
Yeah.
guy like chasing them. There's not really time to process those things. And in this
Yeah.
episode, there was no, grand, looming threat that would distract from those more human things that are happening. Um, yeah, this episode it dealt with a lot of themes, like you said, loneliness is one. It's also just like tradition and the oppression that can accompany tradition. Um, you
The
know,
xenophobia as well.
yeah,
Again, Vulcans, uh, as much as I love them, the xenophobia, it's just,
right.
it's, I don't understand the logic, I guess, behind having not being open to inviting other cultures and races and alien species into your planet. Like again, eh, eh, heterogeneity, I don't understand.
I don't really either. And also like
I'm sorry, I meant homogeneity of Vulcans, not hetero, but homogeny. That's what I meant.
I knew what you meant, but thank you for clarifying. Yeah, I mean, because you know what? Um, there's a pragmatic side to it, new ideas, fresh ideas turn into solutions for long-term problems.
Yeah,
Different skill sets are essential. And if you're just, weeding out anyone that's not like you, honestly, I don't know how you would ever survive, to be honest.
exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Like, let's say Vulcan was facing a crisis.
Hmm.
Let's say it was a population crisis,
Yeah.
right? Then is it just logical to keep breeding like rabbits, just
Right.
Vulcans, or how do you, what would they do
Yeah,
without
exactly.
the outside, without other, you know, foreigners,
Hmm.
I guess, other aliens.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Um, but it was cool to see Spock stand up to it. That was those very, very moving moments for him standing up to his mother,
Yep,
and you could tell it was obviously something that his mother had held on to for a long time. That's
yep,
something that she had to survive, you know, um, to kind of deal with these things alone.
yep.
So
I think one of the prime example, I think for me, one of the best examples of that was that scalding hot uh, cast iron teapot
yeah,
that she held
mhm.
and just kind of smiled as she was pouring it. And when Spock goes, it's like, ah!
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
And I love the fact it was her mother, his mother that said, I'm going to teach you some valuable lessons that I've had to learn while being on Vulcan. And that's including lying.
right.
I love that. I love that.
Well, here's the part where we normally give the grade of the episode. It,
Before we get there,
yeah, yeah,
one
yeah,
more thing that we've got to talk
yeah,
about,
yeah.
and because you touched on it, and I want to dig deeper a little bit. To Pring, I didn't even think about it, and it's terrible that I didn't. But I'm like, why didn't you? It took me forever to be like, oh, she's gonna be in this episode. Why aren't you including her in your circle?
Hmm.
Like, why? Maybe it isn't meant to be, but yeah. Like, why didn't
Huge,
you include her on your ruse?
huge red flag for them.
Huge,
Huge red flag.
huge.
And I'm usually pretty slow to pick stuff up like that. And even I was like, oh man, he's not going to tell his fiance
Yeah,
going
I was
into
like,
this. Yeah,
oh, dude. It
yeah,
took me a while. I was like, is he really not going to? Because there were moments that I kept saying to myself, okay, this is great storytelling. Like, if you
yeah,
keep, like, have your audience waiting. And I was waiting for a turning point. And I'm like, no?
yeah, yeah. I mean, you and I know your wife would be the first person you would tell. Like
Oh, God.
you would need them. What do I do? I can't do this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
save me.
Yes. I mean, I did it over this last week. I'm like, what Chinese culture are we talking about here? Like, what traditional thing are we talking about here? And Angel goes, uh,
Anyway,
anyways,
is it time to grade this episode?
it's time to grade the episode. That was the only thing I wanted to say.
It just finished so strong. It started out very average, and Nurse Chapel was just bothering me. But then I feel like that was the point. I'm really struggling with this one.
Yeah.
It wasn't my favorite episode, but was it a B or an A? You know what? I'm gonna let you give your ranking.
Yeah, I definitely this is a very um it was a fun episode. It was a good episode. There were many little things that I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm, and we've touched on it. Nurse Chapel, I think,
Yeah.
um, the 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 not telling to praying. Um, I, but there were so many other good points to this. Like I loved how they saw him as a Vulcan. I loved how the crew sees him, and how Pike sees him, and how his mother. And again, I will profess my love for Mia Kirshner, who plays Amanda Grayson. I think she's a wonderful actor. Um, his mom be, and I thought Ethan Peck did a great job in this, and as he always does. But to me, this wasn't like one of the, and again, I'm gonna split hairs here. This is a Commanders episode. It's a fun episode. It was a good one.
Yeah.
Does it hit the higher echelon of the upper echelon of the
Hmm.
franchise itself or the series? No, but it's not a knock. There wasn't anything bad about it.
Right, right.
So I'm gonna give this a 3 pips. This is a Commanders level episode. Fun again, but just not. It didn't have enough to get it over the edge to putting it to being an A.
Fair enough. Yeah. I'm
Although at the same time,
yeah.
we were on a break.
Yeah, exactly. I almost said that earlier, but I didn't know if it would be clearer that I was doing a Friends reference.
Yeah, I was hoping that you were, but go ahead.
Um, Remind me about the Jurassic Park reference too. But anyway, so yeah, I'd give it an 88%. That's my
Okay,
grade.
that's
Yeah.
fair. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, so Ortega in the shovel goes, hold on to your butts, and she
Yeah,
pushes
yeah.
Was that a Jurassic Park reference?
That is a Jurassic Park reference.
I don't have
It's
internet.
where Samuel L. Jackson's
Yeah.
character is about to restart
Yeah.
um the
Right?
park, basically. And he goes, "Hold on to your butts." And I think he's referring to his cigarette butts,
Okay.
literally. Yeah.
All right. I was wondering if I was remembering that wrong.
Yeah, no, 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 no.
Yeah.
Watch that on the plane, by the way.
You did?
Yeah, oh yeah, it's
Wow.
one of my favorite movies. Oh yeah, absolutely.
Dude, I love that movie. It's a great movie. That's
It's
one
a
of those
great movie.
movies where it's like, I really want to show it to my daughter, but the T-Rex scenes are just
Not
so
yet.
violent.
Not yet. Not yet. I wouldn't wait till she's like wait a couple of years till she's like 8 or 9. I think
Yeah. Well, like, but like up until
she's a
that
little young.
T-Rex scene,
There's a couple of there's a couple of scenes.
she could handle the spitter guy and
The spirit
um
guy, yeah.
she could handle that.
Shoot her like it opens.
Yeah.
Shoot her. And then
Yeah.
his arm that is his Sam Jackson's arm has been amputated because he's been killed, and it drops on Ellie Sattler's shoulder, and
Mm.
it later on in the movie. I would wait till she's like 9 or like 8, 9 or 10. It's
Uh,
it's a little.
It's like I almost want to show her like up until that part. Like when the grand reveal
I'm
when the
sorry. Do you know
brontosaurus
your daughter?
the brontosaurus reaches up and grabs a
Yeah,
leaf and they're
but do
playing
you
the main
know your
theme.
daughter? Like she's gonna want to watch the rest of the
That's
movie.
that's the problem is I'm gonna be like, sorry, you'll have to watch it in like 5 years. But it is a great movie.
It's a great movie. It's one of my favorites. That's why I always, yeah.
CGI holds up, right?
Oh yeah. Oh
Yeah,
yeah. Oh my God, yes.
yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
All
Yeah.
right. Was there anything else with this episode?
No, I think we covered it. It was
Okay,
fun. Yeah,
it's fun.
it's good.
Yeah, yeah. Um, anything else going on? Nerd
Yeah.
wise? Oh yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna take this. So I think people are gonna expect me to talk about San Diego Comic-Con and the Star Trek convention and all that kind of stuff. But I'm actually my poo corner tonight is a little bit different, and I hope everyone bears with me with this.
Okay.
But I'm going to really talk about, I really want to talk about, I'm going to kind of go on a soapbox here and talk about the Spanish Football Federation.
Okay.
What are you doing? What are you doing? Two things: the Spanish Football Federation, and then my favorite club of all time, FC Barcelona. What are you doing?
Mm-hmm.
First of all, yes, you lose the Euro 2025 to England. Fine. Then you fire Mansa Torme, your head coach. Great. She was a problem. Not a great tactician. She subs out Alexi in the 71st minute of the final. She has too many connections with the previous regime of Luis Rubiales and Jorge Vilda, which did not endear you to your players. And I would argue that the Spanish national team won in spite of her, not unified behind her. And then here's the kicker on this part: they hire someone worse. Like, how? What are you doing to your? You're wasting a generation of your great Spaniards just because what? Not like, what are you doing? I digress. And then now to the other one: FC Barcelona. FC
Mm-hmm.
Barcelona has lost Ingrid Engen, Frito, Yana Fernandez, and who else have they lost? Oh, they've lost quite a few players. So they're down to 17 first team players because of a thing called financial fair play, because of the overspending of the men's team. And because the men's team doesn't have their financial act together and they've had to cut They've had to let Messi go. They spent $1.2 billion on renovating Spotify Camp Nou, which I do want to go back to, by the way. Not gonna lie, we'll want to continue to go back there. But
Hmm.
because of financial fair play and because of the women's team is connected to the men's team and the youth team, like those are all getting decimated because of the financial mismanagement from the men's team. So I'm a little worried about FC Barcelona Femini, the female team, just because they're going to carry 17 senior players and I don't know what they're going to do. I'm worried that Alexia is going to leave after her contract expires this upcoming season. I'm worried that they'll have to let Salma Periuelo go, Claudia Pina, Vicky Brutes, you know, um, yeah, just Caroline Graham Hansen, Aitana Bonmati. The list goes on, and I'm just, yeah, I'm wary, and I'm annoyed that the women's team is getting blown up and destroyed and not cared for by the matter, even though they're the more dominant team. That's my poo corner.
The women's team salary cap, so to speak, is tied to the men's financial
Yeah.
decisions. That's messed up.
It is messed up. And that's why you see a lot of European women's teams kind of break away from their men's teams. It's because financial fair play goes because it hits the entire institution, the organization itself, not just the men's team, but the entire organization itself. So, like I said, it hits the women's team, it hits the youth team, it hits the basketball team because there is an FC Barcelona basketball team. Yeah, it hits all of them just because of the way that you have to get under the quote unquote salary cap.
So they're all owned by the same organization?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
They're all owned by FC Barcelona
What does
and
FC stand for?
football club.
Okay.
And this is a broader thing in Spain too. Like, Real Madrid, their president has said we're not going to invest more into the women's game. A couple other Spanish teams had said that already, and I'm like, the Spanish Football Federation, and yeah, it's yeah, you're losing
Um,
out because the women's game is going to grow, and you're going to lose out because you're what, too macho and machismo to like ever invest in the women.
kind of sounds like college sports where
It
it's
is
like
like college sports. Yeah,
the
absolutely.
the men's football team kind of just determines all of the decisions.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's my poo corner.
Okay.
What about you?
Um, Not a whole lot. Yeah, I think we talked about the new Zelda game coming out. Thank you for that, by the way, Jason. I have nothing to contribute. I don't know anything about football,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I know.
European football, or American football for that matter. I just I don't know any of those names. Definitely so hold on. Does Messi still play?
Yeah, he plays for Inter Miami in
How
Major League
how
Soccer
old
in
is that
Miami.
dude?
He's 37 going on 38.
Oh, okay. He looks older than that. I thought he was a lot
Yeah,
older than
yeah,
that.
yeah. He
Okay.
does look older. He does. I mean, just the way that he does his haircut and his huge facial hair thing makes him look
Okay.
older.
Plus, it just seems like he's been around forever. I
He
thought
has
he
been
was
around
like
forever. He has
50
been
or
around.
something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. He has been around forever.
Yeah, cool though. Hey, anytime you need to go on your soapbox or poo corner, whatever you need to do, man, we're here for you.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And
But that wasn't. But we usually talk like nerdy poo corner.
yeah, 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 yeah. You know what though? I am convinced that sports talk is
Oh my god.
no different
It's
than two
not.
guys talking about Lord of the Rings,
It's not.
or
It's not.
there's even like lore. There's all these like meta narratives and stuff
Yeah.
that,
Subculture.
yeah,
Yeah.
there's stories, and that's really, it's the same thing.
Yeah. I mean, we're fans
Yeah.
of, you
Mhm.
know, XYZ. But yeah, it's
Absolutely.
very similar. Yeah, it's totally
Absolutely. Anytime you need to, buddy, we're here for you.
Thanks.
Okay.
I appreciate that.
Um, yeah. So yeah, I don't really have anything. I'm
No
trying to
Star
work on
Wars?
this. So that link I sent you turned out to be untrue. They misquoted him.
Oh no.
I sent Jason a link that was a false rumor saying that Kenobi was coming back for Ahsoka season two. I guess what he meant was that he said something like, "We are coming back," and what he meant was his wife is coming back because she's obviously on that
Yeah,
show.
she's obviously yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. Um, Hayden Christensen said that he's like interested in a Darth Vader show. I think that would be great. I hope they do that, but I'm not sure what sort of weight he has with the big guns over at Disney. So who
I
knows,
mean, I
man?
think he's gotten more popular.
Yeah,
Uh, so I would imagine with his popularity.
I think that has the chance to be great, but I don't know. Ooh, oh, I know what I want to ask you.
Yeah.
Um, do you have Apple TV?
No.
Okay, there's a new show. It's called Chief of War.
Yeah.
You familiar?
I've heard. Yeah. Someone at work actually was like, I think you would like this.
Yeah, because I know that you really dig Hawaii and Hawaiian culture and
Yeah.
Hawaiian
Yeah.
history.
Yeah.
So it takes place, I think it's the late 1700s.
Yeah, I think so
Um,
because he plays King Kamehameha the Fourth
oh, okay.
or something like Jason Momoa is King Kamehameha, right? Or something like that.
There's an M in there that has me doubting that it's him. It's after
Okay.
Captain Cook,
Okay.
and it's just this incredible saga about the different kingdoms and them warring with each other. And I'm only two episodes in, but um, you know, I believe it's historically accurate, and I happen to know just from watching some other stuff that like a lot of the weaponry they're showing is like traditional
Hmm.
warriors from that time with the weapons that they used. And he did, I did hear him on an interview, Jason Momoa, talking about like the final battle takes place in like a lava field, and apparently that really happened. That one side outnumbered the other like 4-1. It was like 40,000 versus 10,000, but like the volcano erupted and like killed, like decimated the bigger army. I think that's what he said.
Yep.
But yeah, it's just a cool, ever since I saw Moana and I learned about the Polynesian journey across the Pacific,
Hmm.
I'm just really fascinated with just that whole, I don't want to group them together, but um maybe that's not appropriate. I don't really know that much about it. So like I don't know what's appropriate and what's not. But
Hmm.
like
It's safe
just
to say that the populations of the South Pacific, which
yeah,
would be Polynesian, Tongan, Samoan, Fijian, Hawaiian. Yeah.
yeah. Just this incredible. I mean, it's arguably the most impressive human feat in the history of mankind. The journey from Polynesia to Hawaii
Hmm.
on, you know, boats that we would consider primitive, and
Hmm.
the fact that they just did it. It was like, what was it, like 2,000 miles or
Hmm.
something? Like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's a long way. Pacific Ocean's big.
yeah. And just using the stars to do so, and just incredible, absolutely incredible.
Yeah. And
Um,
and to your point, um, that battle, I believe, um, is depicted Polynesian Cultural Arts Center in Oahu, I
Okay.
want to say.
Yeah.
So yes, and the fact that the most of the cast, if not everybody,
Yeah.
is
Yeah, they are.
is Hawaiian
And Polynesian
and Polynesian. Okay,
and
okay,
others.
okay.
Because I don't know if you saw that Tamura is in it.
Oh no, I did not. I
Yeah.
have not. No,
He's
again.
he's the main like king. Yeah.
Oh, oh, that makes okay, okay, okay. That makes sense.
And
Because
he
again, it was a
he crushes
Hawaiian.
it.
It was my Hawaiian colleague that said, "Dude, bruh, you need to see this. It's really good."
Yeah. He
So yeah,
crushes it too.
awesome.
Because for me, I'm like, I'm just so used to him being Boba Fett, but him him just like in his element, I
As you
assume.
rage against that, he is Boba Fett.
Yeah, no, it's great though.
Awesome. Yeah, no.
Yeah. If you can get your hands on it somehow, I
Yeah,
would
yeah, yeah,
recommend
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, I can log into someone's, but we don't have Apple.
Okay. Yeah. And it's all subtitled.
Yeah.
It's so I at some point I want to research into like how authentic the story is. As far as I know, it's 100% accurate. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, again, I think if it's because it's Jason Momoa behind it too, right?
yeah,
He's
he it's like his ultimate pet project. He's like,
yeah,
I've wanted to
so
make this my entire life.
yeah. So
So
knowing
yeah,
who he is,
yeah,
I wouldn't I'm sure that they've taken some Hollywood, like
sure,
some,
yeah,
but knowing who, I mean, not knowing him personally, obviously, but knowing of Jason Momoa and his reverence to his homeland, I would not, I wouldn't, I'd be
right,
like, yeah, that's as accurate as they want to make. I mean, he's, gonna make it as accurate. Not a
yeah,
documentary, obviously, but
right,
you know.
hmm yeah. And they do get into the wayfinding a bit too. That was what made me think of
Oh,
that
cool.
Moana thing.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, cool. Of course.
Yeah. So, um,
Choo-hoo!
and I did hear Jason Momoa say he's hoping for a season two. So
Oh,
I wonder if the Rock will make an appearance.
that would be, yeah, wow. Yeah. And what's his name? The director,
Oh,
Taika Waititi.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Interesting.
I know he's more Kiwi, but still.
hmm yeah, that would be cool. I like him. I like his work. He's done cool stuff with Star Wars and stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's about it. And I am trying to work on this Zelda theory video right now. It's it's like a big undertaking, but you know what's cool about like the research that goes into these videos? I just learned so much. Like I obviously have like a fascination with Japanese culture,
Hmm.
and it's just so foreign to me that once you start going down the rabbit hole, there's just so much there that so this one specifically is about I believe the word is hana kotoba, which is
Okay.
florology, the language of flowers.
Okay.
And so,
Of course, they
most
would have a word for that.
yeah, yeah. Well, most cultures have
Not in a
in
demeaning way. I'm just,
you mean yeah, because their reverence for plants and
yeah,
flowers
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah,
trees and everything, yeah,
yeah,
it's sacred to them.
yeah.
So, um, but like, you know, all cultures in their art and literature. use like flower symbology, like
Hmm.
the rose is for love, et cetera, et cetera. But the Japanese have taken it to a level where um, their reverence for nature when they were exposed to like Victorian era florology, they really just took it and ran with it. And so that now, if you watch anime is absolutely littered with this stuff.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so like some of the genres of anime, like Yuri anime, like it's insane how much flower symbolism there is in it.
Oh yeah.
Or like, but even Studio Ghibli, like we just watched Spirited Away. It starts with the little girl holding the sweet pea flowers,
Hmm.
and um, it's interesting because each flower has a very specific representation for what it is. Like lilies is purity, and like tiger lilies are like basically like evil and death and stuff like that, and sweet peas is like a farewell, and obviously the sakura blossoms is the whole thing. But anyway, there's just a lot of flower stuff in Zelda that for people like me, and honestly, all of the theorists that I talk to every single day, this was just completely lost on us. We just totally missed it. And so I'm trying to connect the two ideas, the Zelda flower
Yeah.
language
Do
and then
they
the anime flower language and its roots in Shinto and Buddhism and stuff.
in
So
the i- in the Zelda world,
yeah.
do they give him at least this is a tulip rose,
So
or is it completely way out of
made
left
up.
field and
So specifically
Corotonantinum or whatever?
specifically my video to your point is that the flower that I'm talking about in this video is called the Silent Princess.
Oh God.
And so if you look at the logo for Breath of the Wild, it has a flower in it, and the flower is called the Silent Princess. But if you were to look at a picture of the Silent Princess, it's very obviously a lily flower.
Yeah, okay.
And so it represents purity and it's tied to Princess Zelda. And, she has this whole journey where she's trying to, I'm going to argue this in the video, she's trying to cleanse, you could call it. So in Shinto, there's this idea of kigare, which is spiritual impurity. And, you see like the shrine mikos who perform these cleansing rituals. A lot of them are involving water. And the idea is you're clearing kegare for the kami because the kami can't survive in the spiritual impurity. And that's literally what Zelda does in Breath of the Wild. There's literally cutscenes of her in a white dress in a spring of water, of this holy spring, immersed in water. Um, and yeah, so it's a whole thing. It's a whole thing. It becomes an exercise in kind of reining it in because like I don't have the time or energy to make like a 90-minute documentary. I have to chop it down to like 15 minutes. Um,
But you could.
I could, yeah, I just don't have it in me. Um, so it's been fun. That's
Would
my
you
three
ever
parter.
release like an unedited version? Go like just the
I,
marathon
I've thought
and
about
then just
that.
take pieces and cut it.
Well, I've thought about that, but I guess maybe that's what I'm doing right now. So this is the unedited version of that.
Oh, okay, okay,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah. And just to finish it off, like what really connected for me is I was watching Princess Mononoke and the spirit of the
One
forest.
of my favorites.
Yeah, when it walks, like where its foot hits the forest floor, flowers blossom.
Yeah.
And that's to me, I was like, oh, there's a connection between kami and plants and flowers. And then I was also playing this game called Okami, which is very overtly grounded in Shinto. And
Yes.
I mean, like literally, the main character is a Mataratsu. And um, so that game, same thing. If you kill an enemy, these flowers blossom. Or if you clear an area of the curse, like um, flowers, flower petals rain down. And and that was a light bulb. I was like, oh, that's what, because in Breath of the Wild, there's this whole thing where at the end of the game, the Silent Princess, the theory was that it was going extinct, but at the end of the game, there's a whole field of them that had blossomed. And like, if you go watch Zelda theory videos on it, they're all like, oh, yeah, it's just a metaphor for Zelda. But I feel like it's just way more grounded in actual Japanese culture than that and Shinto.
Definitely.
And then the idea that the original Shinto part of it has been carried along to now modern anime. And now, I mean, anyone who watches anime listening to this, you watch anime, you know what I'm talking about. There's just flowers everywhere, and the flowers have
Definitely.
very specific meaning. So,
Definitely.
yeah,
And I don't remember which one, but when you started talking about it, and it's a Studio Ghibli one, but I don't remember. But they use it as a transition. The tree
yeah, no,
dies, and the
no, you're right.
tree
It's
dies, leaves wipe the scene, and
okay,
by the time they go away, it's the next scene, and so they use it as a scene transition.
okay.
I don't remember which one though.
Well, if you figure it out, send me a text because I'll
Yeah, I
use it in
will.
my video.
Yeah,
Appreciate that. Because flowers are a big thing in Spirited Away too. Like, there's a whole scene where she's running through a field of flowers.
yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, so those cleansing rituals, that entire movie, it's literally a onsen for kami. The kami come and they
Oh,
bathe and they cleanse themselves of kegare, right? The
yeah.
spiritual impurity. It's literally what that entire movie's about. So anyway, that's what I'm working on right now. It's going to be a while. It's
Nice.
I'm still in the research phase, which is the most fun phase, but
Yeah.
and then just time
And
constraints.
you're going deep on it too.
I am, yeah. It's funny too, like these ideas, they always start as an idea for a short, like a 60-second thing.
Sure, sure,
And then I'll start writing it. And then once I get past 300 words, I go, well, it's got to be a long form video. But this one has just turned into
sure,
a dissertation. So,
sure. Like I said, I'm like, it's probably you could do a huge documentary and just kind of go with
yeah,
it
yeah,
and then just cut out what you need for your shorts.
yeah, I could do that. And you know what's weird? Counterintuitively, those videos do very well. When people go
The
nuts,
long ones or
yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Well, I mean, that doesn't surprise me because people are yearning for more information,
yeah,
especially if you're into whatever, right?
yeah.
You're gonna want to know about it.
Yeah,
You
but the
want to
whole
learn.
like zeitgeist is like, no one has attention spans
I
anymore.
don't think that's true.
You
I
have
think
to
that's
like
I, that's
you
not.
have,
I don't think that's as true as
you have
because
to
we
like
are.
shotgun it in their face.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
that's. I don't think that's true, especially with like the hard. I don't know. I don't know what to term it, but like the people who can go down rabbit holes, like the people
Right,
who
right.
want to know more
Hmm.
about the wild, the what flower?
Silent Princess.
Silent Princess,
Yeah.
thank you. Like, that's got to be rooted in something.
Yeah. And honestly,
As you were saying, the lily.
it took me 8 years to figure it out, but I think
Yeah.
I seriously think I nailed it. So now I just got to get to work on it. So
Awesome.
yeah. Anyway, let's wrap it
Okay.
up.
Yeah.
Everybody, thank you for listening and watching. We really appreciate it. And please follow us and subscribe and all the stuff. if you want to hear more and get notified of next time a episode goes live. And yeah, Jason, love hanging out with you, man.
Always.
It's all it's always fun.
It's always
And
good to be
until
back in the captain's quarters. I forgot to ask
it
you,
really
what are you
is,
drinking?
yeah. Yeah, I'm double fisting. I've got
Double
my
fisting. I thought I saw two different
yeah,
cans.
I got my athletic non-alcoholic hazy IPA, and then also my Whole Foods fizzy water.
The pure, the
Yeah,
nothing.
the pure. Yeah,
And
it's
how are you
delicious.
liking the athletic NA IPA?
Yeah, I like it a lot.
Okay.
So I only like the hazy IPA. I don't like the other flavors at all. So
Oh, okay, okay.
yeah,
That kind of makes sense though. Like, when you've got the hops in
yeah,
an IPA, yeah, you're good.
yeah. And then on the cruise at some of the stops in Alaska, I had some really good hop waters that definitely scratched the itch for
Yeah,
sure. Um,
for sure.
so I just like that super hoppy taste, cold, hoppy, carbonated. That's all I.
Yeah. Maybe
Yeah,
that's the synthahol we're talking about on the ship.
yeah, exactly, exactly. No, I literally thought that when you said it. All right, everybody. Till next time, live long and prosper.
And may the force be with you.
See ya.
Thank you.
Have a good weekend, buddy.
You
Um,
too. What are you guys doing?
and um, Dungeons and Dragons. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
That's what we did last weekend too with Bot.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
All right, cool.
we played for like 7 hours on
Good
Saturday.
God.
Yeah.
That's a long time. See, this is where I couldn't do that. I can't. I'm like
No, dude, you would be great at it. You would
the
be
dungeon
really
master. I'm like, oh man.
No, dude, you would be really good at it. Like the voices you do and your attention to detail and your like participation and your improv skills, you would crush it.
Okay, that may be
Yeah.
true as coming in to like
Yeah.
filling in, but
Yeah.
I would need a George Lucas to like have the vision. I couldn't. I get lost in a vision of a story, right? Like
So you're saying like if the DM wasn't like a really good DM, it would drive you crazy?
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. No,
Yeah.
but like if I were the DM, I would
Oh,
be a
okay.
terrible DM in that aspect.
Oh,
I
well, DMs are rare.
Yeah,
DMs are rare. I mean, DMs are usually guys and gals who have been playing for decades and
right. And I would need a
yeah.
George Lucas to kind of
Yeah.
set that up. And I'd be
Yeah.
like, no, George, no, no,
Hmm.
no, we need
Hmm.
to turn left here. But
Yeah.
I would need a big ideas person to kind of get that going. But yeah.
Well, you should do it sometime.
All day
You should
party again this
yeah,
weekend? Yeah.
probably. It'll probably turn into a long day,
Yeah.
which is
What
fine.
does Linnea do while you guys are
So all of the players have kids,
Oh,
and so the kids luckily all really enjoy each other. And
get along with each other? That's cool.
I mean, literally, they play together that entire time, and we're
Oh,
like
that's cool.
dragging them away from each other at the end. So
Yeah. But
yeah.
but is there like a non-player of the group that has to watch them or at least
No,
keep an eye?
they're old enough and they're close enough. They're just like in the next room.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay. Got it.
once in a while you hear a scream or something crash, and we'll all go in, or one of us will go in, and yeah, they're fine.
Got it.
They'll figure it out.
Yeah, got it.
Yeah, so
Cool.
it's all good. Yeah.
Awesome.
Anyway, have a good time with the family next week, and let me know about Thursday. I guess
Yeah, Thursday.
sounds good, man.
Sounds good. All right, take care. Have a good one.